A very good morning. You're watching Newsx and I'm Shivani Singh. Wingtips of Air India and IndiGo planes came in touch with each other at the Mumbai Airport. Now both the aircraft have been grounded for checks. All passengers are safe while Air India's plane was waiting on the taxiway prior to takeoff. The IndiGo aircraft was taxiing after landing at the airport, which has parallel runways. Both were Airbus A320 aircraft, while the Air India flight AI2732 was operating from Mumbai to Coimbatore. IndiGo flight 6E791 was operating from Hyderabad to Mumbai. As of now, the DGCA is probing the incident. Let's in fact take a look at the key details of what transpired at the Mumbai Airport, because this is important to understand how this happened, how the two plane tips, wingtips actually came in contact with each other. This is a major cause of concern for the passengers as well. So let's look at those first visuals that are coming in. This is the IndiGo flight. This is that wingtip of the IndiGo flight, and this is the wingtip of the Air India flight, and both in fact collided. So let's look at the key details. Air India and IndiGo planes wingtip collided at the Mumbai airport. This happened at the Chhatrapati International Airport in Mumbai, where this Air India and the IndiGo wingtip collided on parallel runways. Look at that dent that has been in fact formed after the wingtip collided. This is the IndiGo wingtip. Air India plane was waiting to take off and the IndiGo plane was taxiing after landing. So the Air India plane was in fact waiting to take off and the IndiGo plane was taxiing on the runway after landing. So remember that both the planes had passengers on board, and this is the kind of damage that can be seen on the IndiGo plane wingtip. So when we look at the next key details, both the aircraft were grounded for inspections. Obviously, since both the aircraft suffered some minor damages on the wingtips, both the aircrafts have been grounded for further operations, and all the passengers are reported to be safe. Like we've mentioned, there were passengers on board on both these aircrafts. All the passengers, however, are safe. Now, DGCA investigating the incident. So the DGCA has taken note of this incident, and it is in fact probing this incident now. So we will get to know what actually is the reason why this collision of wingtips actually happened. Let me in fact take this further with Dr. Vandana Singh, aviation expert, who is joining us on the broadcast for more on this. Dr. Singh, a very good morning to you. Thank you for joining us on Newsx. Ma'am, we want to understand how such a collision firstly can take place at a busy airport like Mumbai.
Thank you, Shivani. Good morning to you. First of all, we have to understand that certain protocols have to be followed, whether it comes to visibility, whether it comes to improved ground movement protocols, whether it is communication or ATC vigilance. In this case, I think ensuring ATC vigilance and the personnel are adequately trained would help avoid such kind of incidents. Now, obviously, as you rightfully said, they are reported, and then, of course, DGCA takes it into record, and investigation is done and reviews are done. But what is most important is that equipments are, they have what we call ground proximity warning system. Now, that needs to be checked whether, the pilots were alerted about the potential, what you call wingtip clearance or wingtip collision, because aircrafts do have sensors and cameras to detect obstacles. So they could have, we do not know whether these equipments of Air India and IndiGo had these wingtip, sensors as we call them. And secondly, the role of ATC and ATC vigilance comes into question. What else would you like to know, Shivani?
Right, Dr. Singh, this has raised a lot of safety concerns for passengers as well, because on both these aircrafts, one was trying to take off and the other had just landed. So this has raised a lot of safety concern for passengers, ma'am.
Exactly. Now, the passengers' safety concern is paramount, and that is something which really needs to be. We've been talking about safety and security protocols for quite some time, and we are very, very serious in telling DGCA that things really have to be ensured as far as passenger safety is concerned. Of course, in this case, when something like this happens, then passengers are safely disembarked, and of course, arrangements are made for their onward journey. We know one aircraft was taking off, that got delayed, and the incoming aircraft as well, the passengers were safely disembarked. But the regulatory action by the regulator, which is DGCA, that needs to be, very serious, and the investigations findings have to come out. Was there ATC vigilance in place? Because this is the job of ATC, that the personnel are actually alerting the airline. Of course, the pilots, I will not question, they are very well trained, but where the sensors there, then comes the question of improved ground, movement protocols, as we call them. So we have to have stricter guidelines for aircraft movement on taxiways, and this has to do with risk reduction. But also, Shivani, we cannot just say congested airport. Many airports in the world are congested, as like much more than Mumbai or any other international airport. We know airports which are much more congested in the US as well as in Europe, like Milan and all that, but Malpensa. But please note that everything is managed very nicely by the ATC and by the vigilant ground protocol training that they have, as well as the sensors that the equipment. And we cannot talk here about visibility, because you know how landings happen when there is zero visibility as well. So I think India has to really toughen up its sleeves over here, pull up its sleeves, and DGCA really has to take on a very strict and stringent role in ensuring that safety protocol is maintained. Of course, everybody has come out safely, that is most important, but this needs to be avoided, and there cannot be more excuses as for congested airport and things like that. Over to you, Shiv.